government, we have finance 2023 bill na other issues. You know, Kenya Kwanza imekuwa government, imekuwa na a lot of criticism kuliko any government I've ever seen in my life. At least for the last 30 years I've seen. So leo tuko na
introduce yourself. Emifas Moshangi. I'm a digital media practitioner.
Yes. Emifas, you're here because somehow you agree with me on some things. That Kenya Kwanza government, we should give it time, but it has failed when it comes to PR.
I agree. I agree. So I think number one, I don't know where their PR machinery for the campaign went to, because they really did amazing work on PR when they were doing the campaign. But now when they're in office, I don't know what has happened.
I think wamekuwa kama toxic. Let me use men because we are men here. Vile mademu sema toxic men over promise. Mkijia kwa nation, wanna disappoint. I even know there's a lady I saw make a video on TikTok about that. Akasema, sasa hivi vile mnasikia about Kenya government. That's why we feel when you men promise and deliver zero. But I feel like you are too impatient.
No, yeah, I agree. I think there's actually a meme I saw that said it's either Ruto has a plan and we just need to relax and wait.
Yes.
Or he does not have a plan and we are done for.
Yes.
So I think it's been a very short time.
Yes.
And there's a lot that's going on, not only in Kenya, but in the world as a whole. So I think the number one thing is, the one mistake they did was they promised us in 100 days. So we are judging them in 100 days.
Yes.
So, and of course, it's the same. We tell ladies, mimi ukinikubali kesho tunaenda kwenyu. Unajua hata pesa ya rurashio hauna. Unajua huwezi enda kesho. So I think we expected a lot from them. And now, what you're not getting is a communication of the plan they have. So, all these things they said they will do, we do not see them happening. And they are not telling us
why.
Not even why, what plan they have of, you know, there is one thing they will have told us, this is our plan. Ndio unga ifike penye tuliwaambia 80 bob, tunafanya A, B, C, D, tufike hapo. Now, we'll be knowing, okay, yes, tunaumia saizi on taxes and all, but there is a plan. So right now, all we are seeing is taxes and no plan. Like, if they have a plan, they've not communicated it. I remember I was watching how Hinga was sweating when explaining. Yes, how was sweating when he was trying to explain the housing. Okay, I'm not even sure currently if it's a tax or if it's a contribution. They say it's not a tax, but it's compulsory. So I'm still not sure. But like, he was out of words trying to explain it.
And you could tell he was very anxious.
Yes. And then I also actually remembered we expected that is how Rigathi would be when he was doing his
presidential during the campaign period.
During the vice president debate. But they showed us the preparations they did. So I was asking myself, why didn't they do the same thing? If this thing is important to them, why did they not do the same with this? Because I think the one place they're failing in is explaiing it to us. Giving us the plan.
The PR in short. Communication is PR.
So, you know when you say PR is figured out as a lie.
You see, no, PR is, yes, it can be figured as a lie, but in politics, if you want to be big, PR lazima. For one, let us, before tuendelee, nataka uniambie vizuri sana. Let's grade them. During the campaign period, Kenya Kwanza and Azimio. First, I want to tell me, Kenya Kwanza during campaign, uko pia grade gani?
Bro, walikuwa na A. Mimi wapea straight A.
Saa hizi?
They are not bright student who are
business, yeah.
They are at a D.
I will agree with you.
At a D.
So easy, it's like, although someone said that it's easier to criticize the government than to support the government. But I feel also that Kenya Kwanza, during the campaign, they had an A. So they have a D. So easy, Jubilee, during the campaign, had a D. So they have an A.
But I will say, even during the campaigns, I think maybe in Central is where they failed, but overall, Jubilee, I wouldn't give them a D. I'll give them a B. Because you realize even Raila got like votes in Mount Kenya.
Yes.
Votes he's never gotten before.
Yes.
So their machinery was still working.
Yes.
Just not as effectively as it should have. They did the same thing that I think Kenya Kwanza is doing right now. They're not listening to us. Because and I've watched a couple of the videos from the former MP talking about where they failed was they did not listen to the ground.
True.
So what these people are not doing is they're not listening to us. And by listening is not doing exactly what we tell them, but it's by listening is us telling them, but they do not understand this housing levy.
Tell us what
explain it to us.
Yes.
Unga is still expensive.
Why?
Give us a plan.
Yes.
Why exactly is this still happening? What are you doing to? I saw Sukari 2 kgs is like at 400.
Yes.
What is the plan? Like you remember during the campaign they were always communicating their plan. Bottom up, tunatoka chini, tunaenda juu. This is what we are going to do for the economy. Currently, maybe they are doing it. That's why I'm saying we need to give them time. Maybe they are doing it,
but we are not.
What they are not doing is they're not communicating it to us.
Yeah, not by then. That's the truth, by the way. Because I would agree with you. What people, I think, during the campaign, I did the video. It's on my YouTube channel. I said one thing. Some of the promises you are getting from Kenya Kwanza are not realistic. So don't expect this to happen in a day.
True.
Because for me, I'm a food scientist. I knew about Uga. I knew the problem. Like, say, if today I was to discuss about food security right now, it's very simple for me to discuss it because it's something that, of course, there are cartels who are making sure that we are not food secure. There's an irresponsibility behavior among Kenyans, and their lack of government goodwill. So easy, you see, like, let us be sincere. Can you tell me someone who can match Pauline Njoroge, the Jubilee strategist, in terms of her delivery on social media in Kenya Kwanza?
We had Itumbi, but now he's a government official.
So somehow you feel like, I also feel the same, like, I believe somehow it to be the job he was given seemed like to have destroyed the PR in the government right now.
I think maybe he didn't have a very good transition. Like technically, even if you're going to leave those who are under you to take over,
you have to train them.
Yes. Like technically, or you have to find somebody who is as good as you, so that even when you are leaving them, they're in safe hands. So Jubilee still has Pauline. They've always had Pauline,
and he has been,
and she really understands.
True. From actually,
like every single time I read her post, and what she's really understood from Kitambo was mainly politics is not about facts, and also like. Okay, it's not only politics, but
it's even marketing.
Marketing is not about facts; it's about emotions.
Emotions, yeah.
And that is something she has really figured. I've interacted with her, and she's very amazing, and she's figured that out. Marketing is not about facts; it's about emotions. Like technically, you can come and say, "We have given 10,000 households. I don't know how much." We won't really care.
Yes,
but you can come and tell us from this fund that we have. We've come to B4M. Before he only had one camera. Right now, he's actually even doing adverts for. So now we are able to see that. We don't care how much you gave him. We care about the impact that is there. And that is what people care about. The emotional part about it.
Yes.
So like, that is something she has really, even Itumbi had really figured that out.
True.
Like you could read his posts. You'll be very mad at the government. You don't even know why you are mad, but you are mad. You are angry.
Yes.
You feel the emotion.
Yes.
You are angry. But facts do not give you emotions.
They don't.
Fact is just something you read in. That's it. So you can tell us you're going to build 20,000 houses, 30,000 houses. I feel nothing about that. But the moment you figured out that it has to have an emotional perspective to it, go and look at all Itumbi's post. He will come and tell us all the things that Ruto is going through. We felt like we related with him.
Yeah, we can connect.
We felt that this government is doing bad. And then when Pauline was also in government, there are some posts you could read and then you could say, I think you're being too hard on the government.
Yes.
They are doing a BCD and they're walking in the right direction.
Yes.
Like when we are trying to go around talking about, what is it called? The expressway. She would explain it in a way you feel like it's going to create a very huge impact. Like you will be able to feel an emotional connection to whatever she's saying. But The moment somebody just saying, we've built the expressway, so what?
So what? What about this? I don't have Uga today. Expressway inasaidia just na gari hata.
That is what I'm going now to be talking about.
Yes.
But the moment I come and explain to you, maybe on the time that Kenyans waste in traffic and how much that costs us in the amount of money. Like for example, right now I realize people from, I think, is it Kitengela, they can get to town in like 12 minutes. If you pay, I think, more money, there are matatus that use the expressway. So you can get into town faster, do whatever you need to do, and then go back. So you're able to save on time. So the moment I'm able to explain to somebody,
even life.
Yes, like you can be in Kitengela and somebody is asking if you have something to sell and you know it's in town and you know I can be in town in 12 minutes and back. So tell this person, let me get it from this other shop that I have. You know in 30 minutes, you're going to sort that person out. But before the expressway, I have ever been stuck from Syokimau to the bypass. I spent 3 hours there. I was going for an interview on radio. I spent 3 hours. I missed the interview. So I spent 3 hours. So the moment you're able to explain to people like that, and now people start feeling an emotional connection to it, I'm like, so probably if somebody asks for me, I can rush to town and back and sort them out in that minute and make whatever I need to make. That makes sense. Yes. But if I come and just tell you, we have the expressway, how does that affect me?
Because the same way you have explained, I was going at 96. I take a cab. I was late with an hour. You see, if now you share that information on why we did expressway, I will connect because I've experienced it. Yes. But now let's look at this. What the first impression about finance bill? What comes in about finance bill and 3% house levy? I'm sure this is what I have noted from most people. They know that's a very bad bill.
Yes.
We don't, you know, it took more than a week for guys who are pushing government agenda to come up with good things about the finance bill. And the funny thing is, someone comes and say, content creators should pay 15%. I've done a video today about the same thing. I asked myself, even guys who came up with this idea, mlifikaje mkajiuliza 15%? When as a business person, I will pay 3% in TOT. Why don't you come? You see, like, sometimes I feel like this is the PR that someone tells you that if you go with this one, it don't work. Go with 3%, maybe you can increase later.
I think I totally agree because if you look at everybody hates something they do not understand.
True.
Like you'll find somebody hates you, but the moment you sit down with them and you talk, they're like, I think I had misjudged you.
I've made that mistake also.
So I think what we have is we have a bill we do not understand.
Yes.
Like everybody's saying it's bad, but if you call somebody here and tell them you're saying it's bad, they will explain it to me. What exactly is it?
Yeah.
They probably want to be able to. Have you ever watched that video? I think there is a man who's working with Protestants. Alafu he's saying, tumetuzoea vibaya. And then he's asked, akina nani? Ako like, sijui. He's just following it.
Yes.
Because everybody hates something they do not understand. And the one thing is, we do not understand what is going on.
Yes, and what most people can pick is about this finance bill. They will only pick the bad things as we have said.
And it's not even the bad thing. So what you are picking out is, this is money out of my pocket.
Yes.
I don't even have enough money right now. Yes. You want more from me. That is the only thing we are picking.
Yes.
But we are picking that because we do not understand. I was giving the example of, if I come here and tell you, give me 1,000 bob. You'll feel the pinch. Why are you giving that? But if maybe I was to tell you, give me 1,000 bob, and I will make sure this and this is going to happen, and you may not even be able to make it back, but it's going to make your life easier in some way. See, or maybe I've come and discovered a very nice software that can be able to help you in your work. Tell you, give me 1,000 bob. I'm going to show you an easier way. Maybe you have never heard of, so maybe something like ChatGPT, telling you, you write a lot of emails. Let me show you a software that is really going to help you. Give me 1,000 bob. You won't feel the pinch because it's saving you on something. But the moment I come and tell you, give me 1,000 bob, bro, before that money comes out of your pocket, it's painful. But it's painful because you do not understand. Why do you owe me 1,000? Why are you giving me 1,000? You don't understand that. And I think that is the worst thing that is happening. A lot of people who you will ask, like everybody, try and have conversation with people.
Yes.
They'll tell you how bad it is.
Yes.
But then tell them, go explain it to me.
Yes.
How exactly do you figure it to be?
Yes.
Then they will explain, then they'll be like, are you sure that is it? So the worst thing we are having is something we do not understand. And everybody hates something they don't understand.
True. Yes. And also, I feel like the government have not spoken to one. You see, like one, there's lack of government goodwill. Because, you see, it was a government for hustlers. Are they acting like hustlers? That's the first question. Because pia, you can't tell me, I want you to live healthy, eat healthy, but umenikuta nikikula junk food. I make sense. You can't tell me I don't have money as a husband, but nimekula nyama kilo 5 kwa bucha, nimelipa giri 5, nimenunulia beste wangu pombe ya 6 bob. Then ndio pia bibi yangu sina pesa. Hata ni slap hata naambia wewe acha ujika bana unakibaba wana hapa. You see, what is happening is I feel like Jubilee have done their work in terms of portraying bad things about the government, but I don't, because I even asked someone I know is a Jubilee supporter. I asked them, yes, the finances bill, and I also feel it's punitive on my side. But do we have an option? Tell me the option we have. They don't have. But now you see, like, the government itself is not pushing that. Like, this is not marketing to us. And what you said is, Jubilee lost because it never felt the interest of winning the Wajiko. Yeah. And now, Kenya Kwanza is in power and has no interest on winning Wajiko. You know what will happen is, if people in government doesn't take care, it will be the first government to be one term in Mesonga.
I really like the example you've given about a husband probably buying alcohol and eating yamas with his friends and then going home and saying,
Sina pesa.
Sina pesa. So looking at it from that perspective, it's a bad thing.
Yes.
But if this husband was to come and tell them, listen here, my wife,
yes,
leo tutalala njaa, but I had 5,000. But then I met a friend of mine. He works here. I had to buy him alcohol and meat so that he gives me a certain tent I've really been searching for. So from next month, things are going to be good. Now, this wife will be like, my husband, I'm going to go to my neighbor. I'm going to ask for, we're going to eat in this house. Because what they have done is they have understood what you have done.
Yeah.
By the moment they saw your social media, you are drinking and eating. They do not understand it. How do you come home and say you don't have money? So it's the same thing that is happening.
Yes.
Nobody is telling us what is going on.
Yes.
And this is why I say I really miss the days of Pauline and Itumbi.
Yes.
Because Pauline will really explain what's happening in government. Itumbi will really explain with us what is going on this other end. And we'll be able to connect with it.
Yes.
So you'll be able to feel this pinch, you'll be able to feel that pinch, you'll be able to understand. But right now we just have people who are churning out numbers and facts and things we don't really
like
understand.
Fact, evoke emotions. Yes. Marketing is about emotions, man.
True.
Yeah.
As we're actually having this conversation before. Like there are different car brands. I won't mention names due to.
No, you can mention.
No, I do not want to be sued. Hey, I do not have money to be sued.
Yes, yeah.
All I'm saying is there's a car brand you would mention, and then I won't even care if it's an SUV or a small car.
Yes.
And then somebody else mentions a car and I'm interested.
Yes.
Maybe your car is even more expensive than his.
Yes.
It has more things, but the name he mentions. But
it comes with an image.
Yes. So what that company has been able to do is create emotions that show you this is the thing. This is, if you have money, this is where you should be. But in reality, if you are to come down and put the two cars together and compare them, yours might be way far much better than this one. But the name. So this is what exactly is happening. Nobody is explaining anything to us.
Yes.
We do not understand what is going on. So what can we do? We say it's bad.
It's bad. Yeah.
Because there's no way I'm going to say it's I'm feeling the pinch of money coming out of my pocket. So there's no way I'm going to say it's good and it's money out of my pocket. And I do not understand where that money is going.
I get you.
Yes.
You see, now, I would like to, because, I hate discussing a problem without a solution.
Yes.
If today you had to sit down with DP Gachagua and President Ruto, I agree we share idea that we feel we can give them time because it's very early to complain so much about the government. But what would you tell them about PR? I
would honestly tell them they need to bring back the machinery they had.
Yes. Yeah,
during the campaign period. Like they need to have their people prepared. If it's even the people who are doing their social media, do trainings.
Yes.
If you need to, do trainings. Like, are we going to be talking, is maybe this week we're talking about the finance bill. Tell them about, because I've realized even most of the people who are talking about the finance, they themselves don't understand. They're just for government because they have something going into their pocket.
That's a point.
They don't understand it.
They're just getting money. So to them, they are just speakers. They're just a speaker.
Yes.
But they don't have. They don't
You remember how Itumbi used to give us like meeting information about even like the government,
yes.
like inner details of meetings they had.
Yeah.
Like that was some really well trained thing.
Yes.
Like he had to get those details. So now they have people who even the finance bill, they don't understand it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to churn out numbers. This is what I've seen. Churn that out.
Try.
It's like people say garbage in, garbage out. So if they have people who are, maybe they sit down, go through the finance bill, tell people, yes, this sounds bad, but this is the impact it's going to create.
Yes.
And now, know how to tune in people's emotions for that. Not just telling people, no, this is it, this is how it's going to happen, it's going to pass, and that's it, you're not going to do anything about it. No, make us understand. You know, the same way you're telling us, we do not have a choice. We honestly don't have a choice.
We don't.
But if maybe they were to explain to us, it's either this option or this option. So it's either we do this or IMF starts shutting us down.
Yes. So you have told them now, it's not about the finance, it's not bad.
Yes.
This is the option we have. Pick one.
Yes. So tell people it's either this or this.
Yes.
Pick one. So now people start to understand there is a reason behind what you are doing. The worst thing that is happening right now, we do not have a reason behind what is happening. We don't know what is going on. And I'll keep repeating that. We do not know what is going on. And that is the worst thing that is happening.
I would say this. The best PR machine in Kenya Kwanza, and he's not even a Kenya Kwanza supporter, member, is Wajigi. Have you listened to that guy? He is giving good facts.
Yes.
I also had listened to the guy who used to be the senator. Alikuwa more of an activist.
Okiya Mtata.
I heard him speak, and I loved his way of communicating. Like, yes, I'm a supporter of Laida, but I can agree with there's a place we have some of the debts we are calling debt is obvious debt, because hii debt haikufika Kenya, hii debt haikutumika vile ilikuwa inatumika, si yetu. Unaona, like he's bringing good facts. But now when you look at the Kenya Kwanza guys, I would agree that they are more sharing facts because they're getting paid, in short. First, kuna kilikuwa nataka kuongea na
mimi kuna kitu moja nilikuwa nataka kusema, sijui kama wasauta
watakusikia.
There is a lot of people out there who are being paid to market this finance bill. But the same guys know that it's going to suppress the common mwananchi. But since they are there, they're getting something. It's all about what we say, the rule of the nature, survival for the fittest. Since they're surviving, they're good with it. But let me tell them one thing. This thing will affect them either directly or, in fact, it is directly. Yeah. If this finance bill will not be amended, because I'm sure, despite we ranting around saying about the financial bill, it's too much. I feel like if the government can manage, like in Netherlands, in other countries that maybe the developed countries, they collect tax and they tax people, and you get to see the job of the money that the government that is collecting. Collect this tax. Mimi sina shida nikikatwa tax Mr. M first, Mr. P4M, but nisiende hosini nipate hakuna dawa. What the fuck are you collecting tax for? Nisiende nipate nikidrive gari napiga potholes. You see, make us happy, government. Come on, I'm sure they'll see this, and also those people. I feel like finance bill see ati ni mbaya sana, because there is some things that we can pick. And then Benja Mushangi amesema it's either you choose this or that. Yeah, it's either this time, because Kenya unajua tumepiga debt limit. Look above the roof.
Actually, around 70% is going to repayment of debt. Yeah, so we are on the verge of defaulting.
Yeah, despite tuna criticize the government ya Kenya Kwanza, I feel like they're trying to kutuondoa kwa debt, because walipata gava yenye ilikuwa kwa debt, of which wengine wao walikuwa kwa government. Unaona? I feel like strategy yenye mkuu amekuja nayo, it will work if we give him time. Na pia bado warudisha manifesto ya Ruto, kwa manifesto ilikuwa noma sana.
You see what I really like is what he's saying, like it's not only Kenya where taxes are high.
Yes.
There are countries where taxes are high.
And things are happening.
But the thing is, these people have been made to understand.
Yes.
This is the reason why you pay this number of taxes. Maybe as you say, I won't say that the taxes which are to familiar. Okay, it will be hard for us to pay them.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, the reason I will pay them without maybe a lot of problem is me being able to understand. Why am I paying them? Like, that is the one thing they need to explain to us. Why are we paying? Or why are we adding these measures? Like, technically, it's like the way you tell your kid, usiguze pasi ni moto, utachomeka. Usiguze pasi ni moto, itachomeka. But they really don't understand. But the moment they will touch it, hata waijaribu tena. So, but the thing is, and that is because we cannot be able to explain to this kid the pain they are going to feel. But now with them, they can be able to explain to us. If we do not do ABCD, if we do not do, because I think they just didn't sit down and throw numbers into the finance bill. No. They had to have thought it out.
Yes.
And they have to have a reason behind it.
And they had to actually, as they made the figures before it go public, but they pay about PR team. What do you think about this? How do you market this?
How do we explain it to people?
Yeah.
Because now that is the thing they feel. That is what they feel. Personally, that is what I feel they have failed at.
They are focused on the bill instead of focusing what options do we have. Because if you don't allow this bill to pass, we will default. If you default, it will be even more painful. Tax. People would pay. Yes, we can say we have not fixed corruption because this corruption is about more than 50 years. It's okay in the year 2063. I can't fix it in a year. So we first allowed to implement this as I tried to fix the corruption. Because if we don't fix this one, even with our corruption, we will default. And we default with our corruption, it will be even expensive than the finance bill.
The reason why Kenyans are really complaining is because, as I've kept mentioning, they do not understand.
Yes, they don't understand.
We're looking at it from the perspective of, you're asking me for the housing levy. Private hospitals have already started saying they're not going to be using NHIF. We've been paying NHIF for the longest.
Yes.
Explain to me how the house levy will work, and the NHIF has not worked.
It's not working now.
You see? Yeah. So, like, the thing we want to do is, if NHIF was working, by the way, nilipe 2,000, I would be willingly
even
paying for it.
NHIF does one.
No, I'm saying, okay, I do understand it works. But I'm saying currently right now,
it's not working.
The hospitals who are saying, yes. Yes. So, now you go to that hospital, it's not working. Okay, let me retract my words. I've not said that NHIF is not working. What I meant to say
currently it's not working.
Currently, the hospitals want to do away with it. Yeah. So there has to be a problem. So how are you telling me there's a new levy and that one is not working? So explain to me how you think this one is going to work, and you've not been able to fix that. You see? So what people need to see, and for people who pay private insurance, we know how expensive that is.
And they get the best services.
It's probably like 10,000 a month or more. Okay, I'm saying because I do not pay. I do not know. But you find... No,
let me be specific to you. I paid for 2016, 2017, 2018. You know how much I was paying?
Yes.
45,000 per year.
45,000 per year.
And it was more of a basic 1 year. It could cover 1 million. 50 outpatients. 50K outpatients.
So you see the amount of money you are paying.
A lot of money.
But if now somebody was to explain to you NHIF, these are the money we have put, and this is how it's going to work. Will you feel any pinch of even putting in 6,000, 5,000?
No.
Exactly. So maybe, for example, even as we are looking at, I was seeing there are going to be levies for personal cars, depending with the number of number of seats that you have. If maybe it's okay, it's whether it's 5,000 or whatever is above. If it's above 5,000, you pay the amount that is above. If it's below 5,000, you pay 5,000.
Same even trolleys.
But it would be very amazing if you would come and explain it to me. There is something we are doing about the climate, and there is something we have about maybe emissions. So the reason this is happening is because ABCD, we are trying to take care of the environment, ABCD, and we are doing this, and this money that we are charging you goes into planting more trees to protect the ozone layer. I would understand. But now come telling me you're going to pay it. Now, of course, it's going to be painful for me to pay because why am I paying it?
Yes.
So all me I'm going to say is this government really needs to bring back the PR machinery it had.
Yes. During
the campaign.
Okay.
Let me say something. I feel like the government in a misplaced. You see, you remember the days Ukimwi, the way Ukimwi used to be. Unaambiwa Ukimwi is bad. Design, you wouldn't go raw on sex.
Yes.
You had the government distribute condoms. What they do until today. I feel like the finance bill inafaa kuexplainiwa shida yake na uzuri wake, because I feel like uliona bado tumepigwa fine ya SGR ya debt. Are you aware? So it's either we pay it ama port iende. Na port ikienda vitu zitakuwa zinaingia expensive.
So the president tumesema first as tumesema the Kenya government knew this bill is coming. So what they could have invested is ignore the finance bill. Let us discuss the repercussion of ignoring the finance bill. The options we have. You see, because once we discuss the option, we already done away with the bill. Now, right now, everyone knows finance bill is evil. But they don't know what are the options we have. And Azimio doesn't want even the Wajiko to know the options we have, because to them, they are just destroying the image of the government, because to them it's self-interest. It's not about the interest of Wajiko. And that's why I'm even against the Azimio or the Kenya, the Azimio government, because I feel like we're just opposing for opposing. You don't care about the interest of Wajiko. What are the options we have? Because if you bring options as a opposition government, you're also alternative government. You don't just say this is wrong without giving alternatives. If you don't give alternatives, you're not an alternative government. You're just opposition government. Like today, let's speak something. Today we had a DP Kachagwa is in Meru, and they are actually, I don't know whether they're still doing the live debate.
They are booked for media station mingi sana
za Meru. Yeah. Now today they were discussing about coffee. You know, the funny thing is, maybe you don't know, I'm a food scientist. So about coffee, agriculture, food security, I'm very good in that. And it means you soma food science because nilikuwa nasoma food science because I loved that industry so much. But now today, let us speak today. I know you are very good in social media, advertising, and all those ideas. Zote, let's say, what term did you use? Let me use the right term. What I pick today is, I can pick you as a very good digital strategist, because I can tell you see, people think using social media is posting the product, but they don't understand it's about evoking emotions related to your services and products. Because I've seen even companies. Yesterday was a discussion about a principal somewhere. Do you know why schools this school document are not working? Because you're not thinking about 1 year. You're not thinking about invoking emotions. You're just posting people speaking about the school. What about the school?
It's one thing to tell people my school is here, this is how much we charge and all that. Like the reason you'll find like go and look at high-end school, how they market. They show the kids in the dorm how they enjoy. They show the food they eat. They show the games that they play there. Your kid wants to go there because they want to feel that feeling.
Yes.
It's not about telling you.
It's about experience.
No. People don't care about how much you charge.
The word of the fee that you pay.
Yeah, so your child will want to be there because, and you also want your child to be there because you want the best for your child.
Yeah.
So you want, and how are you going to know if that is the best? Not because of the money you pay.
No.
It's because of what you think it feels, or how you see other children enjoying where they are.
No.
Or the kind of education level you think that school offers to their kids. So like they will show you how their kids are doing like international competition.
Yes.
That is where I want my kids to be. So you don't really care how much they are charging. You just want your kid to be that brilliant. So that is the thing.
The discussion,
when it comes to marketing.
The discussion is not about the price, it's about the service.
The service.
The experience of the service or the goods. Now we are speaking about today. We have an issue of coffee. I'm sure you have seen those posts. I've made some posts on my page and I noticed some reactions I got. I've been working to test people what they say. But we're not here to criticize anyone, but I'm sure we're on the post. Did you feel like they did deliver? It's not about fighting someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, sometimes I say, by the way, you might hate me because I'm too honest, I'm too blunt. Because that's what I have been made. My father taught me that tukiwa kwa nyumba hata akinipiga na leo umenipiga lakini sikufanya makosa na sikufeel kama umefanya vizuri. That's why sometimes even some of my friends do not like me because I'm too blunt. No. Because sometimes I believe, Festus or Mushangi, if you know I'm doing wrong, please tell me.
Yeah.
Don't sugarcoat.
Okay, what I will say is, I think what they do not have is, yes, we are talking about coffee. So, they need to come up with objectives. We're not just going to share everything. Like, out of doing this social media campaign, what do you want to achieve? What do you want people to do?
Yeah.
They do not have that. So all they keep doing is keep resharing what Rashagwa said, keep resharing facts. And at the end of the day, we do not connect with facts.
Fact do not help.
In simple terms, what I'm getting is, Mushangi, you are saying, like today, or those 3 days, tumekuwa na issue ya coffee, na bado zinaenda mpaka, I think, Saturday, because of the 3-day event. In terms of sharing information, the government has a name.
Yes.
In terms of evoking emotion and helping understand why we need this,
I honestly will say, what they have done is bombarded us with information. So that is information we do not understand.
And Wajiko cannot process that information.
It's the same thing. This is what this is what government does. We are talking about finances. I give you the finance bill. Sure. You do not understand anything about it.
Yeah.
So we as opposition, I'll come and tell you. This one says they're taking 10,000 from your pocket.
Yes.
You will start complaining at that moment.
Yes.
Because you do not understand. But yeah, it's taking 10,000.
It's true.
It's said here.
Yeah.
No, they will even show you. It's saying here they're taking 10,000 from your pocket.
Remember, Festus,
what is the first reaction you'll have? Complain. This is bad. This is terrible. But had that person come with a simplified draft, explained it to you. So even before somebody comes and tells you they're taking 10,000, you'll be like, I know they're taking 10,000, but they're taking this 10,000 because of A, B, C, D. As he has explained, if maybe the pot will go, we are saying things are expensive. Things will be twice, like 3 or 4 times the price they are right now. So it's things we need to understand.
Yeah, we are talking about default. Let's go and study what happened in Greece. You could not even go and in the bank get your money from a bank. They had to close for a month. Then there was a certain amount you can get from the bank. Let us go to Ghana. Ghana, after defaulting, the inflation went up by 50%.
Even Nigeria right now, they're suffering the same thing.
You see, that's why it's important to not to share facts, because Wajiko will never process facts.
Yeah,
even generally, people, you see, in all democracies, they operate because the Wajiko is not informed. That is why I say, that's why I say ignorance is a business. And democracy only works when there's ignorance. So today, when you say facts, I not understand. So you have shared information, but I cannot process. So there's ignorance. That's why, like right now, people know that finance bill is bad because they cannot process it. They cannot process what is about.
I'm going to talk this in terms of what I understand about digital marketing. Before you do any campaign, you need to ask yourself, what is our objective? What do you want to achieve?
What do you want to achieve?
And there is no objective. Even when you are doing something like maybe brand awareness, you want people just to know about your brand. There are things you want. For example, if we were to start doing a social media campaign about B4M, you want people to feel that this is the only studio they should have their pictures taken from. Like, you will find Festus can take photos, I can take photos, you can take photos. But there is a feeling that your studio can be able to, like online, when people go online, they want to be taken photos by a certain, not because he's the best, but because there's a feeling that, like, whatever he has put out there makes them feel that is the best.
True.
So it's not about it's not about facts.
It's not about the
It's not about me telling you I have been a photographer for 10 years. I have studied, I don't know what. No, it's about how do I make people feel that when they come to B4M, this is the best studio they can go to. And that is how marketing works.
Yes.
It's not about you telling us, at B4M, we have 10 Canon cameras.
Yes.
I mean, I don't care about that.
You even don't know what is a Canon camera.
Me, I'll come here. As long as my photos look good, I do not care what you took them with.
You can even take them with your phone.
Yes. But at the end of the day, I was at B4M studio.
Yeah.
Like, and that is what people do not understand. Marketing is not about products, not about facts.
Yes.
It's about emotions.
Evoking emotions.
And I do not know what went wrong because during the campaign, this
Kenya Kwanza
government really understood
Wajiko.
that.
Yes.
But currently,
I feel like anytime you're hitting on a girl, you're like, the first times you're like, hey baby, what's up? The moment you lay her, you're like, the communication
Campaign imeisha.
Yeah, campaign imeisha.
But you see that when you're
but you know the thing is, this is a long-term relationship.
no, that's the point.
So it's not a hit and run.
Yes.
They're here for 5 years.
Both hit and run and long term, you have to apply different approach.
I feel like Kenya Kwanza wanataka tu kuhit na run.
I don't think.
I don't think there is anybody who's ever in power and then they are like, they want to be in and then out.
No.
No. So what I feel is,
yeah.
I think maybe their best people got employment opportunities.
Yeah.
So they left this other part to newbies who probably have not understood what has or what goes on in there. Because you remember, in the previous government, they had Pauline for the presidency, they had Itumbi for the deputy presidency.
Itumbi was pushing shit, bro.
Even when they were together, I'm not even talking about when they separated, when they were together. Like, Itumbi's team and Pauline's team were always delivering.
Yeah.
But right now, maybe I will ask you, who is Kenya Kwanza's team?
I think we only pick Itumbi, and Itumbi is not doing the
Itumbi is not currently active as he was before.
Hatujui.
Who is? At that time, you could be able to pick presidency, Pauline, deputy president, Itumbi. Right now, we can't.
We can't. Something is amiss somewhere.
That shows how. And my friend Nelson has kept saying that machinery is having a problem. Because I think that is the biggest problem they have.
In fact, today
even now going back home, just
today I was saying, you see the conversation that we are having right now. Before I came to studio, that's the same conversation that we were having. I was asking one of the guys who is doing the shit and the spreading. I was like, do you feel like you're bombarding us with a lot of information at a go? Because I cannot read all of this. I cannot read all of this, and I cannot be able to process it. Even a supercomputer needs some commands, needs some instructions at a time.
Yes.
Yeah, you cannot key in a lot of instructions. It will freeze. Sindio Moshani? They need to go back to their drawing board and they strategize about digital marketing and whatever they are giving out to us, because you are part of that team. Yeah, they are part of the people who are receiving the information. Let it be simple.
But coming back home,
we have
a friend of mine. I may really like Nelson. Okay, he's a friend of mine.
Yes.
So might be a biased opinion, but there's something I really like about what he does.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
If he's talking about kisser games, he will not just
explain.
He just sits down and asks you, do you know about kisser games? Hey, comments, we do not, we know, hey, we go on. Do you know Nyeri did not participate? So now you start.
Yes, evoking emotions.
Yes. So now you start.
Why?
Okay. But Ngoja, how many counties went? And they're like, okay, a lot of counties went.
Yes.
Why didn't we go? Now he's just explaining it to you. We did not go because this budget was removed, blah, 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 blah. That gets you mad. Because you are like, so wait, for county officials, we pay for their games. But when it comes to youth, you won't pay. But what has happened? He has explained it to you in a way you can be able to understand. Like, maybe people have thought, I've said thought.
No problem.
Have thought the way he shares a lot of information is just sharing information. What they don't understand is he has a storyline.
And he picks one idea.
People are always
go.
And people are always waiting for what is he going to say next. So on this story, what is next?
Bro, in fact,
how bad does it get? So for us, we are just, imagine he would have been like, oh, Kisa games. Like just random information. You'll get lost and then you'll be able to feel anything.
Like you see, let's pick that Kisa game. You see, if it was a foolish Nelson, he would become and define Kisa game and why they're important. But ours, Nelson, who I know, picks the question. Did you know that Nyeri did not participate?
Yes.
He evokes emotion. He doesn't care about, ignore the definitions.
Even if you want to go do research,
Yeah.
you will want him to explain why did we.
That's a
So now you are already interested. He's, you know, when it comes to content and creating content, there's usually, you need to get people's attention. You're always like, come here. So how do you get attention? Do you know you did not participate in these games? So maybe I might do my research, get to understand why you did not. Or I don't do my research, I will be there like, why? Explain to me why. Then, now, you've already got my attention. Now we go into the body and the details now. Also make sure you explain to me. Now, the way he will have explained and said, the way he explained it, this money was taken out, but this other was not taken out. So tell us why this is a priority and this is not a priority. That gets me mad. That has touched my emotions. But if you just come and say, hey, shared information, will it have, just imagine would have come and said, this money for this was taken and taken here. We will not have cared about Kisa games at all. Because we do not care about facts. You know, we don't care about that money. Because money every single time gets reallocated from here to here. Why should we care about it? But the moment you put it that, so this means these people are more important than these people. So now you are mad. And that is what they do not understand. The emotional part about it.
Like there he is, currently he is pushing agenda of public health. Kuna hiyo budget imekatwa. Na hii mambo ya MCA. And you notice by the way he put that information, and that's why I said, now bado kwa hii government bado, I feel like ni kama government zote zinafanya na PR, because even the current county government ya Nyeri saizi, led by Governor Kahiga, the delivery is zero. Right now, tell me what you know about Governor Kahiga kutoka the second term. I only know the complaint you made, which I agree with, and what complaints Nelson have done so far.
I congratulating Moshangi because of the election. Moshangi, by the way, I'm sorry to do this. Tell Nelson. Nimemwambia we need to have a sitting about this. We need to discuss with Nelson before.
Yes, hata nimemwambia siku ingine nikamwambia kuna time amepost kwa group nikamwambia no, I'm okay with you. Ukiniita twende maandamano twende na wewe. Kitabu ulikuwa unanipiga bila kutumia bila kunini. Saizi umeona the right. Because I listen to his videos mostly. And I'm not how like he try to invoke emotions, not just bombarding us with the facts. Because you can give us facts, so what? Siku understand.
But people really don't care about facts.
They don't.
You can come and say, we have given, and I'll keep giving such kind of examples. We've given 100 households, 5 chicks each. Do you feel anything about that?
No, that's a very
But then when I come and tell you, we have gone to maybe the slum areas, we've looked for is it an economic generating or what is it called? What generating? Income generating activity. So we put them together. They are doing chicken. Listen to this story. Now this person comes and says, by the way, before I didn't have anything, or I didn't even have food. Now we are selling like maybe 20 eggs a day. My children cannot go to school. That evokes, like you're like, and these people are really creating impact in the society. Because it's that story. You've seen somebody who was struggling and now they're okay because of that. But the moment I share facts that we gave a hand, and then yes, you've given, good for you. So
what?
Yes. So I think that is, for me, I will say, maybe they can use the team they had to train the new team they have, or they can try figure it out, see what exactly they need to do together so that they have. I'm not saying that the team is not doing what they're supposed to do,
but they are confused.
You know,
they're doing what they are being told to.
Yes, information comes from.
Hakuna objectivity.
Information comes from. So if your objective, if you tell me today your objective is for me to share information, bro, I can share information. But the moment you tell me the objective is
the agenda.
We want people to understand
this. This is the information we have. We want you to help people understand this concept of finance.
So I think that is what they should really concentrate on doing.
Yes.
But I will maintain my stand on. I think it's really been a short time. So I really stand by that meme.
Yes.
The meme that said it said that Ruto really knows what he's doing. And we just need to give him his time.
Can I confirm?
Oh, he does not know what he's doing.
Yes, guess what?
And bro, by the time you're reaching 5 years,
To me, I'll say this, by the way. Did you hear what I have loved the way he is speaking about Africa, because he said another day when he was in South Africa. The only problem with Africans is we have not thought that we need to be a part of a solution of our problems, because the moment you're not a part of our solutions or looking for solutions for Africa, you always be in the menu.
True.
And that's what I love from my president, when I feel like this person needs to know. Because he said another day, why do we Africans, we are trading with Ugandans, then use dollars? You see, that kind of
actually,
concept,
I think
you see, why do we have that we are trading more with the US than we can trade with Uganda? That's madness.
There's a conversation I saw, and that person said, was talking about how debt is bad for African countries.
Yes.
And then somebody asked, but US has debt. And then he said, we're not going to pay the debt. The debt is paid in.
That's the point. Actually,
the debt is paid in dollars. Who controls dollars? They do.
Yes.
So the moment I give you money in my own currency, or you even give me debt in my own currency, I can decide to make you suffer. I can decide to, I can tell you, yeah, you want me to pay you? I'm going to print the money and give you. It's going to be useless for you. I can decide I'm going to destroy my economy and then give it to you. What are you going to do about it? So African countries have to pay debt with a currency they do not control.
The next thing, another people have been picking in Japan. That Japan has 65% debt. Yes, we agree. But Japan debt will be paid in Japanese yen. You get another point now?
Yeah, so.
Africa is poor by design. And Africa, pegged to a dollar, will remain poor. No. That's a strategy, because you see right now, US, if you wanted to pay the debt, it will print the money.
Yeah, what happens to you? What are you going to do about it?
Then what will happen is Africa will absorb the imported inflation.
Yes. So I'm looking at it from the perspective of if whoever US owes debt to was to decide, I want you to pay me today and today and today. Okay. Your treasury, print for me.
Money.
As Kenya,
Federal Reserve,
as Kenya, we can't be able to print dollars.
Yeah.
So there's nothing we can be able to do about it, and we have to pay it in dollars.
Do you know right now, I was telling someone, do you know Kenya right now we are struggling? We are saying goods are very expensive. It's the biggest, the easiest solution would be to overvalue our currency. But do you know we cannot overvalue our currency because we don't have enough dollars in our CBK to allow us to continue doing foreign trade. So what happened is, because if today we are to overvalue our currency to 80 per $1, everything will become simple. But we can't operate that way because, for one, things are hard because we are pegged to the dollars. We don't have enough dollars in the country. So it's a bullshit again happening. But I feel like we are more of I don't have to go to that level because the issue was the PR.
The PR, yes.
So we can say that PR ya gava saizi imefanya siko baya as we conclude.
I will say we had the Itumbis, we had the Paulines.
Yes.
Now we don't. Okay, we still have Pauline.
We have Pauline, we don't have Itumbi.
We don't have. And then I think objectivity is also a problem.
Yes.
Because it's not only about sharing information.
Yes.
It's about telling people, even showing people exactly why they should feel this way about this certain thing. So, and if we do not know how to feel about a certain thing, we'll oftenly go into the side of disliking it.
Yes.
People really dislike something they don't know.
True.
Even when it comes to like even food. For example, maybe right now the Chinese do eat snakes. Have you ever eaten snakes? You might say, I cannot eat that. But maybe the one day you'll taste it, you'll be like, I have been missing out.
I don't.
You see? But you hate it because you do not understand it. And that is just the thing. So I think they have to put in more effort, not only to share information, but to make people understand what they are doing. Because I feel that it's something we do not really understand. Get us to understand why exactly you're doing what you're doing. And if maybe you do not, even show us the other side, if you do not do this, this happens. And this is how you're going to suffer. So, and then we'll technically choose what you want us to choose because it's the lesser evil. So I think that is what it's something that people, they should really focus on doing.
I think you have done the way you have concluded the way I would like to. I don't have to add anything. Do you agree that PR or government PR has failed? Let me know in the comment section. I'm your host James, and today tulikuwa na Mochangi.
Yes.
The digital marketer. I'm a
Yes.
strategist. Pia. Tuonane.